I was in the park again today, and I just thought I would make another video of these. I thought I would make another video of these pukekos and how they're progressing. Um, I'm just continually amazed at how quickly these birds are growing. It's only been a day since I made my last video of them, and I can see already just over the past 2 weeks there's been fairly dramatic changes in how they look. Um, I don't know if you just noticed there, but you can. Um, it's quite dramatic how their wings have are starting to grow out. Um, you can also see that their neck is a lot longer. I think I did mention that before, but their neck is literally double the size that it was when I first started filming them. And I mean, obviously, you can see their bright blue feathers. I think they have molted over the past week or so. Like they've lost most of their baby feathers, so it's a lot more apparent that they looking a lot more like their parents each day. But um, yeah, the length of their neck is probably the most noticeable thing, because it wasn't like that when I first started filming them and when I first started observing them. And also I've noticed that their legs, they weren't as tall. Like, they've grown quite dramatically. Their bodies are still very small, but their legs, the length of their legs has grown quite dramatically within the space of like a couple of weeks. They're looking a lot taller, and they've got these big awkward feet that they're running around on, that they almost look they're almost about half the size of their parents now, which is fairly large for, like, for such a small bird. They still have quite a bit of growing to do, but um, yeah, it's been quite dramatic, like the changes that have happened in just only a very small length of time. And I've also noticed only a few days ago they were black, like the back part of the bird was all black. But now I've noticed they're starting to get their tail feathers, their little white tail feathers at the back. That was not there a couple of days ago, and I've been seeing this same group of birds almost every day, so I know it's the same group. I basically follow them around the park. They tend to stick to the same area, so I know it's the same birds. Um, but I mean, it could just be that they've lost all of their baby feathers, but definitely they didn't have those tail feathers a few days ago, and their wing feathers are definitely starting to grow out. And also they're much more, their beaks as well, I've noticed, are getting larger. They're looking a lot more like adult beaks, and the shape has changed as well. Like when they were smaller, the beak was a lot more pointy, and now it's taking on more of that hooked appearance that you can see, which is kind of similar to their parents. And it hasn't changed color, but that's usually the last thing that happens as they grow, as they reach adult size. So they're going to look pretty similar to this, but they'll get larger, and they will have their wings within the next couple of weeks, and their tail feathers should start to grow out as well. And they will look like smaller versions of the adult birds, but it's just interesting because they're in that weird in between stage where all of this is starting to happen. And yeah, it's just amazing to me that they were so timid just 2 weeks ago, and now, if you now that you're watching how they're behaving and stuff, they're almost behaving like adult birds. They're starting to feed themselves, plucking the grass out. Today, while I was filming, I was sitting on the ground and I was eating an apple, and these birds were just coming up to me. Like, one of them even pecked me on the foot, which is what you would sort of expect from the parents. It's not the timid behavior that you would expect from a baby